Hello. Hello, everybody. My name is Boris Petrovic, and I will be presenting today a Human Light System course directly from the Nikola Tesla Institute laboratory in São Paulo, Brazil. In the next hour and a half, I will be talking more about the workings of the Nikola Tesla Institute in Brazil. The Nikola Tesla Institute in Brazil has been founded in December 2012 as a non-profit, non-governmental organization focused on research and development of new energy technologies, wireless energy transmission, and the third part, which we will be talking about today mostly, is bioenergy, human energy, and human light. In this sense, in the past 2 years, we have developed new prototypes of technologies that are able to analyze the human energy field, imaging of the human energy field, as well as alteration of the human energy field. Some of the basic scientific concepts I will be presenting today, and then the first part of this talk, and later I will be presenting some of our research in this field that we have uh, done in the past 2 years. So, uh, of course, this very interesting photo here is one of the photos of our laboratory, which was firstly based in Brasilia. That depicts basically the very most important invention of Nikola Tesla that is the basis of what are we doing here in the institute, which is the high frequency antenna. Basically, we use mostly Tesla coils in various arrangements, in various potentials as energy transmitting antennas. Of course, the high frequency current made available by the high frequency transmitter and oscillator invention of Nikola Tesla is very important tool for us to capture and image the human energy field, which we will present uh, very soonly. This is another photo of our laboratory in Brasilia, which shows clearly the 5 kilowatt Tesla coil model that we have built in function with a automation system. So we have a fully automated high power, high frequency oscillator via software. In this sense, we are using analog Tesla coils, which are based on high voltage transformers and capacitors, and a resonating circuit, uh, uh, which is formed of a primary coil and a secondary coil. In our laboratory, apart from the 5 kilowatt prototype, we started building another type of transmitter, which is based on the Tesla magnifying transmitter patent of the potential of 50 kilowatt, which is, you see, 10 times more powerful than the one that we have working here in the laboratory, which is our basic science research project. Um, we have the idea of creating a test field for the global wireless energy transmission system based on Nikola Tesla's ideas, which we call the Earth Resonance Project. In this sense, we will be able to research multiple resonant LC circuits and the effects of longitudinal waves in transmitting energy potential wirelessly at longer distances. In the Nikola Tesla diaries and articles, it has been written that he was able to transmit energy potential up to 40 kilometers from his transmitter, and where this energy potential will be freely available in the soil, transmitted 90% via Earth resonance frequency, and probably 10% only to close the circuit via air conductivity. At this graphic, we have the image of the Tesla tower, or the Clean Tower, which he started building based on these principles, with his idea of a completely petroleum-free world where we have energy abundance transmitted freely without any possibility of measuring and thus paying for this electricity, even for flying electrical vehicles, electric cars, not only our houses, our equipment, and our industry. So this is the main research project of the Nikola Tesla Institute. Also, we have a model of a working 250 kilowatt global transmission prototype, which would be a product available on the market after we are able to demonstrate with a certain efficiency transmitting electrical power at longer distances. We have selected Brazil for this testing ground because of its specialities in terms of geophysical position and its proximity to the South Atlantic magnetic anomaly, which I will explain further down this talk. This image here um, presents a a long-term goal of the Nikola Tesla Institute with a complete science and technology center to act as an incubator of new energy technologies, which we plan to build in the next 3 years uh, here in Brazil at an altitude of 1,300 meters, where the you can see clearly the 50 kilowatt prototype uh, that we want to use for the testing field. So this is the basic involvement of the Tesla Institute, and further down the line, this is the most important work that we are currently doing. Um, I will now talk a little about the speciality of the geophysical location of Brazil, which has brought me to this wonderful country. Here you can see the live stream from our laboratory here in São Paulo, which is based in Santa Ifigenia Street, which is the market, electronics market here in Sao Paulo. It's probably the most well-known location in terms of availability of electronic components in Latin America. And our laboratory here includes uh, the building of various types of equipment that are based on Nikola Tesla's principles of high frequency uh, current. In in the lab, you can see the five Tesla coil, which is an analog equipment, and uh, here here I present another Tesla coil that we are working on. This is a solid state Tesla coil, which is basically different uh, in its principles of working than the analog one. And behind me, it's all based in electronic circuits. Is a 100 watt high frequency current transformer and generator, very important for our work in measuring the human energy field that I will now be presenting. Why is Brazil so important in our Tesla work? Because of its position here depicted on the global map, you can clearly see that most of the country is within a geophysical anomaly, which is named the South Atlantic magnetic anomaly. What are the effects of this anomaly? Basically, imagine that in the sky above Brazil you have a huge hole. Uh, um, the effect of this is that we are maybe 1,000 kilometers nearer to the layers of the ionized particles uh, captured in the Van Allen radiation belts. The effects known are increased atmospheric radiation. So all types of solar cosmic radiation penetrate in this area uh, with an ease, more freely than in any other location on the planet. And this way, we have increased atmospheric conductivity, which is beneficial for our energy transmission experiments. Here you can see that the ionosphere, which is the conductive layer that Tesla wanted to use as a guide for global wireless energy transmission, and the specific frequencies, the natural resonating frequencies of the Earth cavity and ionosphere cavity that somehow are called Schumann resonances. At last, Nikola Tesla was the one who discovered these maybe 50 years before Schumann published this as a science article. But for us, it is important that to demonstrate that there exist natural frequencies that are guides for the natural electrical circuit of the Earth. So naturally, on some frequencies, lightning, for instance, as electrical discharges in the atmosphere, can be captured many miles away as a signal. And Tesla, observing nature in his intuitive process of discovering and revelation of nature principles, wanted to use somehow this principle in transmitting energy via distances. If so, nature is able to do this. Maybe humans as well. The one of the principal courses that we provide here in Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese and English in the laboratory in our research center is Nikola Tesla and free energy, where we talk more about the inventions of Nikola Tesla, wireless energy transmission, and resonance methods of power transfer. Tesla's world system, his magnifying transmitter, his ideas about radiant energy and cosmic rays, which we believe is the most important secret to extracting energy from the ambient, free energy. And we talk more about the cosmic science of Nikola Tesla, which is related to his perception of the all-pervading medium, universal medium that he thought could transmit signals and quantities of energy instantaneous without any losses, which is in contradictory to many common science belief today in terms of Einstein's theories. And also, we have some experiments in using the high voltage and high frequency currents for electropropulsion systems and wireless electric vehicles, which is some type of a commercial involvement of the institute that we are seeking. Um, all our vision obviously is based on Nikola Tesla's ideas of this universal, all-pervading medium, so much talked about by many Russian scientists, out of which the most important works have been made by Vladimir Vernadsky in the past century, who developed the theory of the noosphere that basically says that through technology and sheer numbers, people now have become a geological force shaping the planet's future, just as rivers and earthquakes shaped the past. Eventually, global society, guided by science, may soften the human environmental impact, and Earth will become a noosphere planet, a planet of, of the mind. Uh, our Our vision is of an Earth as a whole system consisting of various interactive and interdependent spheres, the operating dynamic governing the whole uh, from the lithosphere to the magnetosphere does not recognize political boundaries, obviously. The sum of the whole system operations that make the Earth, with its what it is possesses integrity to which all the subsystems contribute and support each other. In this way, living matter gives the biosphere an extraordinary character unique in the universe. Cosmic energy determines the pressure of life that can be regarded as the transmission of solar energy to the Earth's surface, activated by radiation. The matter of the biosphere collects and distributes solar energy and converts it ultimately into free energy capable of doing work on Earth. Basically, the noosphere paradigm talks about a type of energy and information exchange with the planet. In this way, we humans are embedded in our environment in an essence that we are not disconnected from the cosmos. We are maybe unconscious of the whole energy circuit of our planet and the solar system and our galaxy. But every day and night we are living in this field of frequencies and information that permeates our body, our living environments, that we need to be somehow able to measure, display, and be conscious of, and use in our ordinary lives to provide information of our well-being and the involvement of the environment in our lives, our cohabitants in our spaces, our connection with the biosphere, and uh, the noosphere paradigm thus explains that there exists some type of common laws of a cosmoplanetary geoecosystem in which the human being has becoming a guiding force, and in the sense of evolution and our role, the evolution, uh, humans are entering in the era where collective consciousness through the workings mm, the social networks, the internet, and research into non-physical phenomena is bringing forth a type of a cosmic science that was, in its essence, based by Tesla and Vernadsky and similar works of scientists. Uh, According to uh, Vernadsky, in our century, the biosphere has acquired an entirely new meaning. It has been revealed as a planetary phenomenon of a cosmic character. The man, for the first time in history of Earth, embraced the whole biosphere, completed the geographic map of the planet Earth, and colonized its whole surface. Mankind became a single totality in the life on Earth. The noosphere is the last of many stages of evolution of the biosphere in geological history. In this uh, workings, it is most important for us to understand how the whole uh, um, circuit of energy and information is being passed from our planetary environment, from our sun, which is the energy carrier through its radiation, not only light that we see, but many types of radiation that guide the biological principles on this planet. In this essence, I find very important the name of the course that we are giving today, which is human light systems. Um, so. Uh, I will continue more after this introduction with the practical explanation that is more related to the specifics of the human life systems course. In the third important objective of research and development of the Nikola Tesla Institute, we are involving also many international partners like Dr. Korotkov Labs in providing another type of incubator, not only for the research and development of technologies, but also services that commercially involve types of energy medicine uh, um, works uh, that we want to establish globally, but here in Brazil, because of its incredible natural environment and the pure elemental spirits of nature that are abundant in Brazil. Probably Brazil is one of the last sanctuaries of nature on this planet where there are still uncontacted tribes living in the forest in this completely pure natural environment. We cannot say completely pure because anything that happens in terms of global gas emissions affects the Amazon as well as Beijing, for example, or Moscow or São Paulo. So everything is connected as one whole system. But our our presentation here is connected to the idea of establishing of a Brazilian Center for Consciousness Studies, which has four, let's say, strategic goals. In its essence, we want to establish a platform like yes, a platform for integrated analysis of the human biofield, where we want to gather in one physical location all the sensors currently imagined that are able to image and analyze the human biofield for us to be doing not only research on specific energy medicine processes that we want to commercially develop, but also to be able to finally establish some type of certification of holistic methods, in this essence, the Nikola Tesla Institute and the Brazilian Center for Consciousness Studies will be emitting a type of certificate where we will show, for example, with various instruments, the effects of types of holistic treatments, like, for example, meditation, Reiki, aromatherapy, all types of shamanistic rituals, energy healing at a distance. We want to be able not only to provide, for example, images of the human biofield before, during, and after an energy healing session, but also provide a type of a statistical uh, tool uh, and a database where we can integrate all these sensors and information from all the sensors throughout time, and working on groups of maybe 30 people that are going through these processes, where we can finally say, okay, this group of people in this type of treatment had these types of effects. 80% of this illness was cured, for example, during the 6 months that we have been recording. And finally, bring some order into and maybe even institutionalize the type of a holistic method certification, which unfortunately today academically is not available, and also in the hospital and types of diagnosis and imaging centers throughout the world. And in this way, we want to research human consciousness expansion methods, also develop human energy augmentation technologies, research of human to human energy and information transfer. We want to be able also to research vital energy of plants and alimentation, effects of sports activities on human energy, influence of medical plants on human energy, as well as the effects on human energy of alternative and holistic healing treatments. I have mentioned that in our laboratory, using the basic principles of Tesla's ideas on electrotherapy and electromagnetic influences on the human biofield, we are developing technologies capable of altering the fluxes of energies in the human body. So all this should come together and be applied in type of habitation. So we not only want to make this available commercially for the market, but we also uh, want to live in this way. So the final idea is implementing all these new technologies in our everyday lives, and our understanding of the human energy issue and our connection with the environment, which is currently in a transformation phase. Obviously, the whole planet is passing through a type of transition period, and it all comes to the type of energy field involved, and our system of distribution of resources, the amount of people that are living on the planet, and all this is really giving so much stress for humans, and not only as a single being but collectively. So in the human evolution, based on the noosphere paradigm, either we will adapt to these new conditions with some types of new technologies, and where we develop a new type of living, and communicating with our environment, or we will unfortunately be victims as a civilization of a type of violent climate changes that are already accelerating. There will be lack of basic resources, where obviously energy and our type of system based on a finite energy source will bring about a change in the way that we um, uh, uh, live and organize our lives. So this type of idea of implementing new technologies in our living spaces is most important in evolution of mankind. So in this essence, to manifest this new reality on the planet, we are proposing in various locations of the planet through the our partner New Earth Institute, establishing a small resorts firstly, and thereafter communities where people could not only be immersed in these human energy, human consciousness technologies, bioresonance, earth healing, shamanistic healing, energy medicine experiences, not only where we can provide this as a commercial service, but also we want to live in this way. So we propose the creation, the first one of these in Brazil, in a powerful planetary consciousness zone with strong elements of nature, where it is possible of human energy to work embedded in the environment and increasing potential in development of consciousness technologies. So in this sense, through the Nikola Tesla Institute involvement with the New Earth Institute, we want to provide a platform for the creation of a global resonance center. Obviously, resonance here is the basic principle of interconnectivity of all living creatures, and this is something that we want to be involved. One of the basic objectives of the Nikola Tesla Institute includes the use of bioelectrography devices, such as the gas discharge visualization principles, to provide the means of analysis and diagnosis of the human energy field in many of these practices of the new age. The fundamental scientific research obviously will open the way of international certification of various holistic treatments and innovative sensors dealing with human energy field and field analysis. Furthermore, concrete applications of bioresonance in health and wellness will spring up from this incubator into establishing various holistic communities around the planet as a response for the necessity through the transformation and transition process where we believe that the current way of life probably would be unsustainable in the not very far future. So the proposed research and development objectives are to involve the studies of bioresonance process in the field of new earth consciousness, agriculture, as well as animals and production. Here you can see a very interesting design of the holistic resort in Brazil with all the domed structures. There are some collective spaces. There are dormitories. There are healing domes, biodomes, types of meditation domes, shamanistic spaces, where we also want to connect the all the newest technology with the cosmic technology. Let's say this cosmic science with the aboriginal ideas and the ideas of also native Brazilian healers, which is something that Tesla also Tesla also liked he liked to comment. I will like to quote Nikola Tesla, for instance, where he said something like, the day that science starts to look at non-physical phenomena, it will advance in 10 years uh, as much as it had advanced in 100 years of its existence. So what in the head of Nikola Tesla was a non-physical phenomena. Obviously, today science has one problem, which is called the instrument of measurement. So, in the instrument of measurement, scientifically works as an electromagnetic device, which can record a positive and negative field of emanation of type of phenomena, and thus provide statistical information of something. In this sense, what science cannot record with its instruments uh, does not exist for science. It doesn't really mean that it does not exist. So we want to explain here that the human body is probably the most sensitive instrument imaginable for all types of uh, influences and phenomena that can be attributed to types of neutral particles like neutrino fluxes. Today, in basic cosmology, we can see only 5% of the observable universe. Something like 23% is a type of dark matter, and 70 something percent is dark energy. So this whole idea of a shaman working with a type of an energy field that we don't still understand um, is nearly scientifically provable with the instruments that we want to present. The whole idea of the bioresonance resort is to be implemented in what I mentioned as a planetary consciousness zone. Is a located near the Chapada dos Veadeiros National Park in Brazil at altitude of about 1,200 up to 1,500 meters, where we want to implement the whole of this project and in a beautiful area where there's hundreds of waterfalls and tropical climate. The natural landscape there by itself heals, but also in our research, it is important to have an area uh, which has a high altitude, and the specifics of the climate provide 3 months through the year where there are almost no clouds for our experiments of global consciousness and global energy transmission. So to continue a little bit more about uh, the science of the human energy field and the human light, I will provide a little more information on how we scientifically, in terms of very many uh, research information that now in the 21st century we can explain uh, this non-physical phenomena that Tesla um, talked so much about. So, what is human light? We are talking about human light systems. What is human light? It is a type of bioluminescence. So humans actually emit light, and there are types of particles that were named biophotons that are emitted from our bodies that show exactly this. We are made of light. A biophoton is a photon of a non-thermal origin in the visible and ultraviolet spectrum emitted from a biological system, and emission of biophotons is technically a type of bioluminescence, study of biophotons phenomena to develop new techniques to extract biomedical information in living organisms through images of high sensitivity, emission of biophotons, spectral analysis, statistical analysis of photon and photon correlation are essential to explaining the science of the human energy field. Um, excuse me. In this way, we can imagine a completely new universe where at last our perception is not inhibited to only our senses and our electromagnetic instruments, but on various types of uh, non-material phenomena and ways that still our scientific models cannot comprehend. So the phenomenon of how information is transmitted within living organisms was and is being extensively studied by a biophysicist named Fritz Albert Popp, and this name occurs in the science of human light as somebody who discovered that photons provided the vehicle for which information was transmitted. Photons are light particles without mass, so they transmit information within a cell and between cells. And he showed that DNA of living cells stores and releases photons. He called this biophotonic emission. The intensity of light given off by the biophotons is about 10 times lower than regular daylight. To study this phenomenon, he developed an instrument called a photon multiplier, which could detect the glow of a firefly 10 miles away. So glow, light emission. He found that DNA uses a variety of frequencies as an information tool, suggesting a feedback system of perfect communication through waves which encode and transfer information between cells. Here you can see various graphics depicting this cellular communication and human glow. This is mostly important to explain the human glow, which is the image of the human biofield that we want to measure in many healing processes and well-being. The human biofield thus is an energetic matrix that surrounds the human body. It directly links the cellular activity with the meridian pathways. This energetic, let's call it aura, is like a superhighway that allows the genes in cells to communicate at light speed and maintain a coherent holistic intelligence in the organism. Of course, this biofield is not particular to humans, since all living things possess it. Below is for example, uh, is a photography of a Killian photography by electrography of a plant biofield. Interesting to see the broccolis and tomatoes, uh, organic and non-organic, showing different type of vital energy um, description. So we want to reiterate the use of many types of bioelectrography devices in our work, of which probably the most important in research has been established by Professor Konstantin Korotkov, who confirmed the observations of other researchers like Semyon Kilian, inventor of camera Kilian, and Dr. Mendel from Germany, Professor Mil Homans in Brazil, that the stimulated electrophotonic glow around human fingertips contained astonishingly coherent and comprehensive information about the human state, both physiological and psychological. So the idea of bioelectrography is so connected to the name Nikola Tesla, and every bioelectrography device, essence, type of a type of a Tesla coil uh, in it to provide the high frequency discharge, which are the currents, the violet currents that we see in electrography devices and images. It is the same lightning that comes out of the Tesla coil, obviously a smaller shock that can provide us information of electrical permeability of the human skin connected to the energetic meridians in the human body. The newest bioelectrography devices from the Dr. Korotkov lab are also uh, able to be connected to types of sensor that can capture human emotions. Hereby, we enter in the field of research of consciousness phenomena, where the consciousness field is altered by the form of our collective thoughts, and in this way, it has been shown that we can alter also physical reality and the way that on the quantum level, matter organizes itself. So we, with our thoughts and energies, can influence our environment, and this is most important for the basis of the cosmic science research in the future. The bioelectrography devices from Korotkov Lab also are used to into electrophotonic analysis of liquids. So not only humans and plants have an energy field, also liquids and basically water demonstrate a type of energization through many processes that we now can measure. So a new method of monitoring water properties that has been termed analysis of stimulated electrophotonic glow of liquids has been developed. It is based on measuring water by using computer processing programs to gauge how the water surface has been stimulated by electromagnetic field photon emissions. Uh, this technology is based on the gas discharge visualization method and electrophotonic analysis for detecting weak transformations of water under the influence of electromagnetic fields, air, light, and other subtle factors. So this research is most important um, in our strategy in providing a platform to demonstrate how we relate to our environment and how we can be furthermore embedded naturally in the nature landscape according to the noosphere paradigm, and be more conscious of our influences on the nature ecosystems and the biosphere uh, at whole. So in our laboratory, we also have developed a digital bioelectrography device. We call this Tesla Vital Energy, Tesla Biosystem, digital bioelectrography. You can see here the software system as well as the digital bioelectrography images and the case, the box, which is the device that we have developed we have two, maybe four prototypes currently in development, which will be focused mostly on imaging centers, uh, um, medical imaging centers. We want to institutionalize digital bioelectrography as a new form of analysis of the human well-being. So we use a high-frequency discharge generator, the type of a Tesla coil, electronic Tesla coil that I demonstrated half an hour ago. In this sense, our equipment is probably the most advanced in terms of resolution in the world today. We have a high resolution of 18 megapixels, and we have a process here in our device that we can in real time demonstrate and record and analyze high definition bioelectrographic images. Here you can see a photo of the electrode discharge on the finger, and the transparent electrode we use is a very large, so the dimensions are 198 millimeters to 149 millimeters. Here you can see the real-time display process and the image capture process, and maybe some type of database involvement. So the software I have developed is able to capture, filter, analyze, and store into a database where we can do search and statistics of types of phenomena showed in the human biofield according to treatments that we want to use. Using the basic method of diagnosis of human organism developed by Peter Mendel, which is application of electromagnetic field to fingers contacting an electrode, obtaining visual images of resulting gas discharge streamers, which are the violet lightnings you can see there, uh, dividing these images into sectors that correspond to various human organs and projecting the sectors onto a single image formed along the contour of the human body. Here you can see the beautiful bioelectrography images generated by the Tesla biosystem. I am sure that there is no product in the market currently available that can make this types of images. So in the software, we also developed a type of automated processing and calculation of contour information, all placement, all that information which is based on almost artificial intelligence to be able to analyze the information of the specific energy sectors and alterations of the human biophoton emission um, that can be shown on bioelectrography images. So this type of automated processing is correlating to a type of pseudo color filtering, which can be seen on this image, where we can apply various types of color and level filters and noise reduction filtering. So our bioelectrography device is also able to capture 5-finger images, and we are working to provide another prototype that can also capture and analyze the information by electrography and biophoton emission data from the whole hand, human hand, and this in its essence increases the efficiency of any type of imaging system available on the market. So apart apart from the prototypes you have seen in the images, we are working here in São Paulo to create a small production line. You can see the bioelectrography case that we are working here as a prototype, and the electrode here on this photo we have two systems here. So we want to be able to produce and in the near future sell this globally. This is not a therapeutic or a medical device. This is uh, in its essence focused on um, medical image as a to be sold as a medical imaging product. This at least is our focus in the future, and probably through the bioval distribution channels in the near future, we will be able to sell this product uh, and export from from Brazil. So uh, let's continue further on the uh, Human Light Systems course. My name is Boris Petrovic, and I'm the president of the Nikola Tesla Institute in Brazil. Let's return to the spirit of Nikola Tesla and underline furthermore the historical importance of his vision. I will show here a part of one of my favorite Tesla articles. It is named How Cosmic Forces Shape Our Destinies. It was published in 1915 by Nikola Tesla in the New York American magazine, where he says, uh, where Nikola Tesla says, uh, every living being is an engine geared to the will work of the universe. Though seemingly affected only by its immediate surrounding, the sphere of external influence extends to infinite distance. There is no constellation or nebula, no sun or planet in all the depths of limitless space, no passing wanderer of the starry heaven that does not exercise some control of its destiny, not in the vague and delusive sense of astrology, but in the rigid and positive meaning of physical science. The human being is a self-propelled automaton entirely under the control of external influences, willful and predetermined though they appear. His actions are governed not from within, but from without. He is like a float tossed about the waves of a turbulent sea. In this way, Nikola Tesla wanted to really show us his vision of interconnectedness that currently only with all these types of new technologies we can perceive, where humans are one with the universe, and that our levels of consciousness are so deeply involving our perception of the environment and ourselves. Um, just a moment. Let me return to the presentation. Okay. So these ideas of Nikola Tesla show us that um, humans in their physiological electromagnetic essence are nothing else than antennas. So this human antenna has a full spectrum of energy assimilation with its environment: direct cosmic energy, sunlight, which is light that we see, breath, and all sorts of cosmic energy, and electromagnetic telluric currents from the Earth. Mounting evidence suggests that Earth's negative potential can create a stable internal bioelectrical environment for the normal functioning of all body systems. Moreover, Oscillations of intensity of the Earth's potential may be important for setting the biological clocks regulating diurnal body rhythms, such as cortisol, for example, secretion. So, studies confirm the umbrella effect of earthing the body, as explained by Nobel Prize winner Richard Feynman in his lectures on electromagnetism. Feynman said that when the body potential is the same as the Earth's electric potential and thus grounded, it becomes an extension, look, an extension of the Earth's gigantic electric system. The Earth's potential thus becomes the working agent that cancels, reduces, and pushes away electric fields from the body. None other than the idea of Nikola Tesla that the whole Earth is a spherical capacitor. His all of his research in terms of global energy transmission and Earth resonant frequencies based on the idea that the Earth is a one giant conductive ball. Uh, um, uh, Amplifying this perception, it is important to know that some type of cosmic rays pass through the entire planet and interact rapidly, and some even touch the planetary matter. There is an intimate connection of every living being on Earth with Earth's magnetic field, which makes man a walking antenna, as it moves in the field to which it is connected. The development of the field of biocommunication and bioinformation in the solar system is improving. The understanding of how biological life on Earth may be interacting and exchanging information with remote regions of the cosmos. Studies in bioelectric dynamics show how magnetic fields can elicit low frequency exogenous behavior and physical reactions in humans, such as changes in the permeability of cell membranes and of neurons. These findings are important steps in understanding how a process of rewiring the man with cosmos can be an important agent in promoting harmonization and cure of disease processes. This is the human antenna. It is the human spinal cord with its neural connections and obviously the brain. In the science of antennas and engineering that we study a lot here in the Nikola Tesla Institute, this corresponds completely to what we call an ionic liquid antenna. Hereby, a circuit for a plasma antenna is provided. An ionizer generates an ionizing beam in a unbounded plasma column extending along a vertical axis. The resulting changes in the ionizing beam produce gradients in the plasma that cause ions and electrons to oscillate in a vertical path that generates alternating current having the frequency of the modulator. These currents generate an amplitude of phase modulated electromagnetic field that radiates from the plasma column. We still need to work a lot more on understanding biocommunication and the types of information exchange that human antenna. We have worked on I personally have worked on in many with many institutions um, around the world that work with the ideas of research of telepathy, such as the Russian Institute of Cosmic Anthropoecology in Novosibirsk, which I believe has the most important and advanced studies of the unifying field. Telepathy, therefore, meaning distant experience, is the induction of mental states from one mind to another. So, according to the noosphere paradigm, as the mental layer of the planet, the noosphere characterizes mind and consciousness as unitary phenomena. This means that the quality and nature of our individual and collective thoughts directly affects the noosphere and creates the quality of our environment. Very important for our well-being. Um, Here is one of the graphics depicting the whole electromagnetic connections of the Earth's noosphere. So In this essence, solar magnetic activity influences the Earth's geomagnetic activity, altering the resonant frequencies of the Earth system as a whole, therefore altering the frequency that our brains functions and influencing the human magnetic field as well. So, uh, if we look into the human light system and the whole electromagnetic environment and ambient of a solitary human being, and if we analyze the Earth's electromagnetic field and the whole idea of a planetary bioplasm uh, comes through mind, where astonishingly also the frequencies that our bodies are tuned to the uh, global planetary field of frequency. So there exists a planetary bioplasm which is very similar to the human light system. We also have a planetary light system. There will be some decades until we understand how we can measure with a type of planetary bioelectrography device the state of our ecosystems and our environment and also our cosmic environment. Uh, there exists a natural electrical connection in between the sun and the Earth's magnetic field, and therefore through the to the lower layers of the atmosphere all the way to the lithosphere, which is a solid cocoon of our planet. This is shown through the research of transient luminous events and also types of earthquake uh, monitors that show basically that there is a ionosphere lithosphere electrical connection here. You can see clearly the planetary light system in its being. These are sprites, lightning sprites. These are lightnings above the clouds that extend tens of kilometers into altitude. So here you see a sprite from 30 kilometers up to 90 kilometers of altitude. Our knowledge is currently due to sensing systems and satellites, not only amounting to our understanding of lightning that comes from stars, but this huge types of electrical discharges in the upper atmosphere that correlate to the energetic fluxes of the planet, where we can also in the future observe a type of neurological stimulation that the planetary bioplasm exerts from solar stimulation, for example. So this all comes to our scientific explaining of the um, metaphysical terms involved in many cultures that existed on this planet during history. So it was very simple in shamanistic cultures to explain this. An old shaman bring his little nephew, to the forest. They go to the forest. They get some medicinal plants. They drink and prepare some type of potions that work on consciousness expansion, the expansion of the potential of the human antenna, where we are able by our mental channels to perceive the whole universe, not only physically in terms of the expansion of space, but also through time. And this was very simple. Now, maybe 10,000 years later, we we unfortunately have closed our perception with the imperfect instruments that we have. But this is a moving field in science that we call the science of the Akashic field. So, in the beginning of the 20th century, the much neglected but now more and more rediscovered genius Nikola Tesla, the father of modern communication technology, spoke of an original medium that fills space and compared it to Akasha. Akasha, the light carrying ether, in his unpublished 1907 paper, man's greatest achievement. He wrote that this original medium, a kind of force field, becomes matter when prana, cosmic energy, acts on it. And when the action ceases, matter vanishes and returns to Akasha. Since this medium fills all of space, everything that takes place in space can be referred to it. The curvature of space at Tesla, which was put forward at the time by Einstein, is not the answer. However, by the end of the first decade of the 20th century, physicists adopted Einstein's mathematically elaborated four-dimensional curved space-time, and with the exception of few maverick theoreticians, refused to consider any concept of space filling, ether, medium, or force field. Tesla's insight fell into disrepute and then into oblivion. Today it is revived. Bohm, Puthoff, and a small but growing group of scientists are rediscovering the role of information in nature and locating nature's information field in the quantum vacuum, the much discussed, uh, if as yet imperfectly understood energy C that fills cosmic space. Um, uh, To really understand this sea that pervades cosmic space, probably the best experiment in history was made available by the ideas of Russian scientist, cosmic scientist Kozyrev, and with his invention called the Kozyrev mirror, uh, made available to the public by our partners Dr. Kaznachev and Dr. Alexander Trofimov from Novosibirsk. Here at this graph, you can see this invention called Kozyrev, which is none other than an enclosed aluminum uh, uh, cylinder where sensible humans are put through um, tests in telepathy. The Kozyrev mirror are installed in such way as to create a closed space where the weakening of the magnetic field of the Earth exists, and which thereby provides more human access to solar and galactic information. Through numerous experiments using the mirrors with this attention, the Institute in Novosibirsk focused on studies of a number of areas, including human psychophysiology, pathology of disease and health, and the involvement of telepathic fields and remote sensing. So a humanoid form of life in the Kozyrev mirror is able to access resonant teleportation of fundamental information, act as a human galactic telescope, and where we are finally able to expand the consciousness of humanity and the alien worlds. Um, this is um, an experience showing that telepathy is statistically approved in a federal Russian research institution, showing that the all-pervading field and medium is not only accessible through space but also through time. Uh, the two different groups of transmitting and receiving sensibles, hypersensible people have shown that information transfer in terms of symbol is possible with this technology. The human antenna potential is increased. In this essence, some experiments in the Western world, such as the Global Consciousness Project, also show the existence of this uh, Akashic field that we can tap into, um, not only in terms of receiving information, but future will show also altering our reality. The Global Consciousness Project experiment compromises a network of random number generators distributed widely around the world, and the data from each of these generators is uploaded through internet connectivity to servers in Princeton University, and was made able for everybody. So this random uh, number generator is a device that was developed and prototyped at the Princeton Anomaly Research Laboratory. It uses a field effect transistor for the primary noise source, relying on quantum tunneling, which provides completely uncorrelated fundamental events that compound to an unpredictable voltage fluctuation. In the consciousness field studies with these random event generators, the Global Consciousness Project has found consistent deviations from expected randomicity in data taken in situations where groups become integrated or unified by something of common interest. During deeply engaging meetings, concerts, rituals, the data tend to exhibit slightly greater order than random data should. This way, we are able to predict this deviation with small but significant success. The Global Consciousness project demonstrated the existence of global emotion. The global network of sensors of random number generators demonstrated the effects of mass consciousness uh, as changes in random data during global events. Probably the most significant change in data has been shown uh, uh, was shown in September 11 in 2001 by the censors when a deeply uh, traumatized event was publicized to millions of people. So let's return a bit to our Tesla's vision of altering the human biofield. Tesla worked on high frequency oscillators for electrotherapeutic and other purposes. He had a hunch that since this high potential, high frequency currents could be passed into the body harmlessly, these currents might lend themselves to electrotherapeutic uses. So Tesla experimented upon himself. I myself also experimented in the laboratory and was struck down by lightning of various potentials. So Tesla, when was hit in the streets of New York by a taxi in his later age, he didn't went to any medicals. He dragged himself up to his hotel room, and in seclusion, with help of his own electrotherapy, he recovered from his fractures and contusions. Tesla never patented in electrotherapy, but in 1891 he began publishing his observations in technical journals, and several years later giving a speech to the American Electrotherapeutic Association in which he details with drawings the high-frequency apparatus he invented for this purpose, which obviously included the Tesla coil. In our idea of the bioresonance resort, where we want to build holistic uh, living environment, we are presenting something that we call the interactive biodome. Is a combination of various custom developed biofeedback technologies based on live display of human energy systems. The various sensors provide real-time human biophoton display and gas discharge visualization. The biodome also houses devices that use body-penetrating electromagnetic radiation in various frequencies as a method of increasing human energy. Each circuit of the biodome vibrates not only on its natural frequency but also on numerous harmonics, also sound healing, meditation, distance healing methods as experiment and expansion of collective consciousness and human resonance will be held in the larger biodomes constructions as the new Earth Bioresonance Restore technology prototype. Uh, Here you can see one of the biodomes as a collective energy medicine treatment location, and a huge high frequency resonator in the middle of the biodome. Here you can see consciousness expansion biodome, where types of medicinal plants, treatments, and psychedelic experiences are projected to happen. Talking about the human resonance systems, the Nikola Tesla Institute is developing technologies that the future, that are basically wearable energy devices, also able to provide resonant energy transmission, wireless energy transmission, and can be altered in a way that we can provide collective consciousness tuning for many groups of people from a central or a global energy and information transmitter, which is a type of a Tesla tower, paving the way for increasing the human antenna energy, and also that can be used as a human energy field protection. So we want to be immersed in this ionizing environment that can protect us from any type of bacteria and some type of fungus. For example, as a type of a device which turns us into a living antenna, a technology, a cosmic technology of the future from the Nikola Tesla Institute. Also, we are working on types of electrical energy discharges, physical discharges in the human body that can be used to activate consciousness expansion, and also the in terms of treating some types of ailments in muscles. Um, the Tesla high frequency oscillator is being used in within many inventions in the world. Let us mention, for instance, the Tesla energy lights, which is basically a Tesla coil connected to an array of circular array of tubes which house noble gases that uh, has been shown to energetically modify the environment, and thus work on treatment of the energetical body of the human being. Also, the violet ray generator, based on the same high frequency current principle, thus with a glass electrode or many types of glass electrodes that can be used for skin treatment, and particularly, and the Lakovsky multi-wave oscillator, which is a type of antenna that connects to a Tesla coil, where you can see this in this photo. Interestingly, Tesla coil works on a specific resonant frequency from 10 to 100 kilohertz. The Lakovsky oscillator, is called multi-wave because it works on many frequencies from, let's say, 500 hertz to some a megahertz, and that has been shown to alter um, energetic situation of many internal organs. So Brazil, in its essence and its spiritual culture, is a very interesting platform for our research, because it houses it is full of many groups connected to spiritual practices. This culture here also houses indigenous people, and their practices relate to this idea of immersion in the nature, spirit, and natural energy. So here, for instance, there is a photo of an interesting contraption called the John of God crystal bed, which has been developed by the very famous Brazilian medium, healer, and energetic worker John of God. This is a house in the state of Goiás, very near Brasilia, where we started the institute, which houses hundreds of mediums that deal with energetic healing practices. In Brazil, there is a culture of spiritism. Spiritism is accepted as an organized religion. So there are maybe 4 million people that are organized with this religion, and maybe 30 million more sympathizer of Spiritism. The most well-known medium and psychic writer of this movement is called Chico Xavier, and other writings, mostly metaphysical and Spiritism writings of this medium, show the workings of the human light systems in terms that still scientifically we need to approve. There are many films and works of art showing the relations and energy relations of the human living cycle, and this is a reincarnationist religion also trying to explain in its essence the human spirit. The African immigrants have their own cultures called Umbanda and Candomblé, which are connected to trance rituals. Trance rituals are very interesting research for bioelectrography field and human light systems, where we can clearly see the manifestation, the light manifestation in the body of the medium during these rituals. It is something that goes out of the well-being and medical research of bioelectrography that we are working on, but is to provide uh, essence, the essence into our understanding, into connection, energetical connection to our environment. Um, uh, these mediums work also on what they call invocation of elemental forces of nature, and there are very many groups that work on development of psychic abilities, such as distance healing, astral projection, um, and these types of activities that are involving the human light organism, or what we can call um, um, in this lecture. So one of our partners that is actually based by a very famous medium, Valdo Vieira, of the group of Chico Xavier, is the International Institute of Projectiology and Conscienciology, based in Foz do Iguaçu, south of Brazil. And we want to basically take our research of bioelectrography into 3 fields using the Tesla Bio and Tesla Vital Energy devices. First, obviously, is the medical uh, 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 field. Second is the holistic medicine field. And third is hereby mentioned the world of research of psychic and spiritual phenomena. So these 3 applications we work with. We want to partner with many of these organizations around Brazil that are schools for mediums to see and statistically show the involvement of the human light system in this spiritual works. Here you can see the very well-known pattern of bioelectrography uh, device developed by a Brazilian researcher Newton Milhomans. It is during a spiritual and before and after a spiritual invocation process that shows an alteration of the human light system via bioelectrography. So Newton Milhomans developed his research and demonstrated that there exist some patterns in paranormal and normal humans that can be shown via bioelectrography. Also, clairvoyance can be shown in bioelectrography features, as well as psychic energy. and experiences during these processes of curing at a distance. Spirit incorporation during trance sessions has also been shown through bioelectrography historically by Newton Neil Homans. And here to end this course, I will present a bit of our research in sacred Amazonian medicine. We have worked on bioelectrography, study of ayahuasca rituals. Ayahuasca here I am with with an Indian from Acre state of Amazon, from the Amazonian forest, with the bottle of the Amazonian ayahuasca beverage. He is from the Kuntanawa tribe on the border from Brazil and Peru. And there are many other groups in the cities that are organized religions now that use this beverage. So we have made available also two short films about our electrophoton imaging of an ayahuasca ceremony. Uh, uh, Ayahuasca is a mixture of a root and a leaf that provides a type of psychedelic experiences. The human antenna and altered state of consciousness during ayahuasca ritual we have explored to seek a record with GDV devices developed by Konstantin Korotkov. So the ayahuasca chelionic study was made possible by myself, Boris Petrovic, this Maha medium of the sanctuary Palmeira in Brasilia, and a researcher, very famous researcher, Krishna Madappa, whom I hereby express gratitude. The effects of ayahuasca on subjects were shown through the GDV Pro device, and also the images of the liquid were produced with the laboratory tool, and they have been shown alignments of the human biofield before 1.5 hours into the ayahuasca ritual and 3 hours after the ayahuasca ritual. So here you can see the baseline data image of the aura of a female subject that has been brought with the flu with the flu to the ritual. So during the treatment of the energy medicine plant, we clearly see the enhancement of the biofield of the subject. And after the experience, she walks out of the energetic treatment without the flu. This was a very interesting data. There were other, obviously, information shown in the biofield research, such as types of channeling and opening of the superior chakras due to channeling. Here, this is the base, the same subject chakra alignment before the medicinal plant treatment, during and after, showing the effects also on the internal organs. And here is Krishna Madappa giving measurements of the liquid using the Pro laboratory field. We also have worked on a biofield viewer study of an ayahuasca ritual using the Dr. Thornton Streeter biofield viewer software, which is the device that provides an interesting feature, which is the real-time display of the biophoton information, and thus the software and algorithm of filtering of a biofield viewer can present a real-time during many hours information in rituals of energetic healing that we wanted to show in this example. A clear opening of the third eye chakra has been observed during an ayahuasca ritual. Here I am at the Sanctuary Palmeira, where the research has been made in Brasilia. So a little bit eccentric, but our vision of unifying science and spirituality opens way to type of our understanding of expansion of consciousness, what we want to call cosmic shamanism, and the whole idea of consciousness expansion and human light systems technologies is here for us as a platform for establishing the idea of our environments, how we relate to our environments from our most immediate environment to the whole cosmos, obviously, this all pervading field that connects everything around us can be used as well as information gathering and in terms of receiving information, also as sending information and energy. Thus, our understanding of our cosmic environment with these various technologies that were inventions of Nikola Tesla is provided from the Nikola Tesla Institute. And I want to end this course of citing Nikola Tesla in his work communicating with the planets as a founder of what we today call radio astronomy, where we use radio waves to map the universe for higher intelligences and intelligences in our neighboring solar systems and galaxies. Nikola Tesla also stated that this all-pervading field we can use for instantaneous communication, information, and energy transfer without the loss of power. So the science of the human energy field and the human light system provides us the idea on how we can connect to this all-pervading medium and obviously explore our uh, um, surroundings in a different perspective and with a consciousness of the universe that is still to be explored. Thank you. My name is Boris Petrovic from the Nikola Tesla Institute Laboratory in São Paulo, Brazil. I am grateful for the Dr. Korotkov Labs for providing this space in the Human Light Systems course to try to do an introduction in our technologies, researches, and ideas.